A application inviting for soldiers who serviced in Northern Ireland to be immunity of proceedings will be discussed by MPs among accountable. Number 10 has vetoed telephone call for law to defend veterans. Several Tory MPs are anticipated to encourage an end to which they say are abominable transactions versus old veterans. The application says penal probes in historic incidents should be outlawed following a specific time of period. Ministers are advising on how to transactions in heritage cases. Quite several victims groups and political community in Northern Ireland trust how not one should be over the act. 6 ex-soldiers are now cladding proceedings above Twists-era killings, though not all the extortion are assassination. They involve Man F, who is cladding assassination extortion above the murder of 2 human beings, James Ray and William McKinney, on murderous Saturday in Londonderry in 1972. Down there has been growing policy debate above the degree to that soldiers charged of crimes in the link of responsibility in Northern Ireland should be studied. Tory MP and former soldier Johnny Mercer, who serviced in Northern Ireland, has closed his supporting of the by the government above the question and named for law to range the scale for future prosecutions. The application creature discussed on Monday, startup by Karen Webb James, urges the authorities not to pursue the war for its job in Northern Ireland. The paper, that has derived more than rather than 146,000 signing, telephone call for a status of limitations on prosecutions, though it does not indicate at which spot they should use. Any application in more than rather than 100,000 signatories has to be deliberate for discussion in Westminster Room, the second discussion camera in the House of Commons. Mr. Mercer said Sky News story how due legislative trial had to be accompanied, but the infinite pursuit of human beings to their graves did not present judiciary. He offered unverified accountable in the Saturday Telegraph device how the Theresa May had individually locked lawgiver more protect to veterans was destructive. Time he did not supporting a quilt pardon or status of limitations, he told a assumption versus proceedings following 10-year, in a high demonstrative limit, was sensible. The by the government announced recent 1 week how soldiers and veterans will be taking into account much stronger legislative protections versus proceedings for estimated offences devoted in activity overseas. The would not use to estimated offences in Northern Ireland, though Defence Secretariat Penny Mordaunt told she requested to end the scary impact of reiterated prosecutions. Defence Secretary Tobias Elwood told heritage cases had not been processed in the top way, but by the government had to act during the act. You can't offer and pardon fair to gunman forces staff, you'd include to stake how in terrorists as so, he said Sky News story. Mistress May was averse to do how's World Act. How's which we include to dwell on. The Social Proceedings Facility in Northern Ireland told how of 26 as called heritage cases it has undertaken decisions on, with 2011, 13 associated to Republicans, 8 to Loyalists, and 5 are associated to the troop. Sinn Féin has insisted told down there could be no impunity for UK forces, those guilty of criminality, conspiracy and assassination in Ireland. In its official answer to the application recent monthly, the Northern Ireland office space told not one could be immunity of proceedings, yet length ago the estimated offences took location. Wherever down there is testimony of offence it is order how this should be studied, or, wherever the testimony exists, for prosecutions to pursue, it told. In answer to the Saturday Telegraph device history, it told the result of the advice in the present framework would be announced as quickly as probable.